What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Chaos. My name is Vlad, the-tek, and today we're going to be taking a look at some more autism memes. So, for those of you guys who are new here, I have autism. I was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome as a young lad, and now I'm here looking at memes because I want to laugh, and I want to, see if they actually relate to me at all. So, we're going to find out today, so stay tuned. Right here. I said this in one of my videos. This is freaking perfect. It is awesome. I love this. Whoever made this, you are awesome. I love you. But yeah, everyone thinks that you're like on this little spectrum here, and if you're all the way over here, you have severe autism, and if you're all the way over here, you have high functioning autism. When that's not really how it works. You can fall into any of these different symptoms here. And you can have different varying degrees of severity in each of these symptoms. So it's not easy to understand. It's hard for me to even explain to you what it is, and I personally have it. So yeah, thank you, whoever made this. You are awesome. Dude, I want this t-shirt. Oh my god, dude, that is awesome. Dude, I love it. I need to get myself one of these. Growing up Aspie. Got it. Okay, yeah, I definitely need to I need to get that shirt at some point. Ooh, that is adorable. That is awesome. I have a fidget spinner right here on my desk, actually, still. Because I need this sometimes to keep my brain functional. It's either that or I start fidgeting with something around my desk. So that makes a whole lot of sense. This is like for sensory processing issues. This is basically socially acceptable stimming. So this makes total sense to me. This is adorable. Spin the wheel to see the latest cause of autism. What? It does feel like that. Everyone's trying to blame autism on the weirdest shit. Vaccines being one of them, which, by the way, spoiler alert, it doesn't cause autism. Go ahead, get vaccinated. It's fine. You'll be fine. You're not going to become autistic. It's something you're born with, okay? But yeah, people do actually try to attribute autism to different weird shit. Like, people will actually blame, like, intestinal parasites, and stuff like that is very dangerous because they'll also try to sell you a cure for that same cause as well. Like, in the case of parasites, people are literally telling other people to drink bleach to cure their child's autism. Do not do that. It's not something that needs to or can be cured. It's something that you can live with. It's just, what are you doing, people? Come on. Stop it. You're weird. So annoying when you already planned out a conversation in your head and the other person doesn't follow the script. Like, learn your lines. It finally hit me what they mean. Okay, so you were taught from a young age as an autistic person how to talk. Like, you're taught the appropriate response you have to say each and every time. So it becomes to a point where we start doing this thing called scripting, where we literally have it's literally like you do have an entire conversation planned out in your head, like it was handed to you by a director or something. It's like, okay, if somebody says hello, I have to say, hello, how you're doing? I do this myself. You can probably trip me up just by coming up to me and just saying something different after, how are you doing? If you don't respond with fine, okay, or something actually describing a feeling, if you come back with me like, what are your thoughts on bacon? It will fuck me up. Seriously. And I have no idea what to do in that situation. So now you've learned my kryptonite. Just go off. Just stick to the script and don't try to piss me off, okay? Let me tell you about my special interest. Well, I don't have time to learn. My older brother is the fucking worst about not letting me talk about whatever I am interested in. If he is not interested in it, he will actually insult me to try to get me to stop. So this is kind of true. But don't do that. Just let the person know gently that you don't really want to talk about it. Just ask if you can talk about something else. But yeah, you can be direct and just say, hey, let's just not talk about that. I'd like to talk about something else. You don't have to go to this level to avoid talking to an Aspie about their interests. My first instinct when I see an animal is to say hello. True. My first instinct when I see a person is to avoid eye contact and hope it goes. Relatable. Most of the people who know me actually know that I don't try to make eye contact. It's not something that I actually feel compelled to do. In fact, I try to avoid it myself. But most of the people who do know me know that I'm probably not going to make eye contact with them, and that's okay, and they can keep talking to me. It's totally fine. But never try to force eye contact with an Aspie. Trying to force somebody with autism to make eye contact is uncomfortable. It's just a part of who you are. It's like, I'm not going to tell you not to wear that shirt you don't like. Or I'm not going to tell you that you can't like the things that you like. Don't try to change who I am or what I be doing. Just don't do it. I think this one might be a good learning opportunity. Let's see where it goes. This week on Why Are the Aulistics Like This? Why are they so weird about picky eating? Why do they always try to make us eat like everything? Why do they take personal offense to us not liking a random type of food? No, I don't want to eat that thing. That thing. No, eating that thing more often won't magically make me like it. Leave me alone. How about that? Okay, yeah. So, a lot of times I can actually boil this down to one thing, and that is temperature and textures of certain foods. If it is not warm, then more than likely I am not going to like it. There are very few cold items that I actually like. Ice cream's an obvious choice, so is cereal. But, that's actually why I don't eat sandwiches that much. I will eat a sandwich from time to time, but it's kind of meh. I will avoid it if I have to. Reubens, however, are a little bit different because there's other stuff going on. So I can kind of mask, like, the fact that it's cold. But there are certain textures that I literally cannot get over. It just, it's like the bugs crawling under my skin kind of feeling. Tapioca pudding, the absolute worst fucking offender. I don't know why my grandma forced me to eat that when I was a kid, but I cannot fucking stand it. See, if I'm getting emotional about eating a certain type of food, probably don't make me eat it. How about that, you asshole? When you see people online who like the same stuff as you, but you don't know how to initiate... I'm going through this right now with somebody I found on TikTok. Actually, with two people. Okay, so there's two people that I like that have similar interests in me. That came out way wrong. Well, let me rephrase that. There are two people that I found on TikTok that actually have similar interests as I do. One of them has just an interest in just being funny and making people laugh. And the other one is she has a distinct interest in mental health. Probably not to the same level as I do, but the interest is there. And I'm like, oh my God, these two people are amazing. And one of them is like emo, and she reminds me a whole lot of myself when I was a little younger. Like I wasn't an emo kid, but I was like the black metal goth kind of kid. I actually went to school with my face painted with like a death mask type face paint. If I can find an image, I'll actually throw it up for you right about here-ish. Surprise! But yeah, it's hard to try to initiate a conversation just normally with somebody you don't know when you're an Aspie. When you're actually interested in what the person's talking about, and you're like, oh cool, I want to be friends with you. It's hard to try to talk about that. But it's honestly worse for me when I try to talk to somebody who is of the opposite gender. So it's harder for me to talk to the girl because in my mind, because I'm always taught to watch what I'm saying around women, I hyper focus on that, and immediately, anytime I try to like comment on something she did, even though she has thousands of people a day like commenting on the same thing, in my mind it feels like I'm stalking her, and I just feel terrible. I have a girlfriend, I just want to be friends. I'm not stalking you if you know who you are, sorry. Yeah, I don't know why I feel that, but it's probably because I've personally been stalked before. And I had I was in a couple of abusive relationships. Well, I was in one mentally and physically abusive relationship with my second girlfriend. So that's probably what feeds into it, is because she constantly retaliated every time I did anything. Like, I will go into that fucking hot mess some other time, but that's probably why I think that way. It's like, and if you know who you are, hi, let's be friends. I'm not going to mention him here, but maybe I'll tag him on TikTok or something. I don't know. Me, forgets friend's birthday. Me, confuses memories. Me, forgets own middle name. Me, also, hey, did you know that all pennies minted prior to 1982 are pure copper pennies and not copper plated and are technically actually... I've gotten my memories confused all the time. In fact, I have gone on record stating that as soon as I leave the room, if I don't have it written down, I'm probably going to forget what the fuck I'm doing. The best way to kind of describe this is, first off, we hyper-focus on things, and our brain, different parts of our brain move faster than other parts. Like, my logic and critical thinking skills function at a much higher rate than my actual socialization skills. So those tend to get crossfired a lot, and it's also why people with Asperger's syndrome also typically get diagnosed with ADHD, because they do exhibit ADHD-like behaviors, like what I'm doing now. Now, I have forgotten my friends' birthdays. I have never forgotten my middle name because my mom watches this and she's gonna have words with me after this, but I fucking hate my middle name. That's why I've never forgotten it, is because I hate it. But yes, I can go into great detail about the Death Guard and the Drukhari in Warhammer 40k now. So, bonus? When you always speak in monotone, the Aulistics don't get your sarcasm either. Good thinking there. So one thing that people with autism tend to get criticized for a lot is being very, very direct and not being able to get sarcasm that well. And that's because our brain takes everything very literally. Sarcasm is a social skill. Like, I can be sarcastic towards other people and people actually get it, but sometimes I will actually speak and actually be very sincere about my answer. Perfect example, my brother actually asked me how I wanted my eggs one day. I literally responded to it with I would like them cooked, please. He looked at me and went, are you joking? And then I had to think about it for a minute and go, oh, I'll just take them over easy. Fun things like that happen when you're autistic. And people with autism do speak in monotone. I tend to do it a lot. And that's actually why people find it hard to figure out whether I'm actually being sincere or not. And to be honest, I'm very aware of that fact. And I use it to my advantage so goddamn often. Reasons I relate to cats. Don't touch me. Wait, no, come back. I need snuggles. That's not enough snuggles. I want to be near you. Please don't leave me alone. It's not like I happen to be in the same room as you all the time, because I miss you. I got wet. This is the worst thing that's ever happened. Why is this door closed? This door doesn't need to be closed. I need a nap. Didn't you just wake up 2 hours ago? Yes, but I couldn't sleep for a week. Hisses. I want food, but not this food. Wanders around. And people wonder why I like cats so much. This is actually all true. And oddly enough, my cat Midna mimics me almost 1-to-1, and it's kind of frightening. Like, I have people that I can't help but just be around all the time. And my cat Midna is that way with me. Like, she doesn't mind if other people touch her. She's not the biggest fan of it, though. She likes attention, but she can only handle it in short bursts. But when she's around me, she does not give a fuck. I could pick her up when she's not expecting it to. As soon as she realizes it's me, she tries to climb on my shoulder. You guys have seen this in other videos before. She will constantly ask me for attention. She will constantly want to see what I'm doing. She will follow me around. But she is very, very particular about everything, including her litter. I now know not to get a certain type of litter because she will retaliate by peeing outside the litter box. That was a hard lesson to learn, but I learned it. One suggestion that people keeps giving parents is to get their autistic child a dog, which is actually bad if they have sensory issues, because the moment that dog starts barking, that kid could could respond violently, and that's a whole bad situation. But I actually do agree more with getting them a cat and teaching them that this cat is a lot like you. It doesn't always want to be picked up. It doesn't like to be touched certain ways, and that you have to be very particular about how you take care of it. Because an autistic kid can relate to that far more than they can adult. We need to start that project, the Get the Autistic Children a Cat initiative. Oh my god, I need this on a t-shirt. We've been shitting on autistic people for using these things therapeutically for years, but now that they've been rebranded, I'm totally into them. Starter pack. Fidget spinner, fucking weighted blanket, oddly satisfying videos, and fidget cubes. Funnily enough, I'm not that into fidget cubes, but fidget spinners are okay with me. Also, I tend to just stroke my freaking beard. That's probably the main reason why I still have facial hair, is because rubbing it is actually socially acceptable stimming. It just looks like I'm thinking really hard, which is probably true. Also, fidget spinner. And weighted blankets actually kind of do help a little bit. I don't know why. It's just... It's like a nice warm hug from somebody who gives a shit about you, who doesn't judge you. Like society. No, yeah, when I was diagnosed with autism, wait, what? You don't look autistic at all. That response is so common. I'm just expecting it now. It's like, I would have never, it's so common that when I've actually come out to, people I've worked for, or just friends, they go, wait, you're autistic? I would have never expected that from you. It's like, are you kidding me? I'm weird as shit. Learning social skills for an autistic person is like being told to perform in a play you know nothing about without a script, and instead being told to improvise, only to be told that you keep getting the lines wrong. Yes, I'm trying to break out of this myself. I'm basically trying to deprogram my old habits, because for the longest time I was constantly taught that the way I handle things was wrong, which makes you feel like you have to basically be put on a mask every time you interact with another human being. I'm trying to... Shit, I hit the fucking start menu button. Basically trying to teach myself that it's okay for me to act the way I normally act. And if people can't accept that, then they're not people I give a shit about. That's simple. I've been talking about myself for a while. I'm being obnoxious. I should stop. I literally can't. I am doing that right now, actually. So I can't speak that I can't talk too much about it. I'm gonna fling this at my monitor on accident. I should probably stop. And I think we're going to have to end this episode of Autism Meme Review, whatever I call this series here. So, if you guys liked it, you guys know what to do by now. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe for more content like this and for a shit ton of Let's Plays. And if you guys have any questions about my autismo, leave them down in the comments section below, and I will try to reply to them as soon as possible. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoyed it, feel free to show me some love down below by hitting the like button. Don't forget to check out the annotations for more videos, and I will see you in the next video.